Guys, how you doing? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Loina Mutiga. Karibuni sana. Still looking at the farming series. I want us to look at what are the requirements when you will be growing lettuce. So to begin with is the location, and we look at sunlight. Lettuce thrives in full sun but can tolerate partial shade, especially in the hottest part of the day. They require sunlight, so choose a location that receives sunlight, and you can also choose a location that will receive some shade during the hottest parts of the day. For the temperature, lettuce is a cool seasonal crop and does best in temperatures between 12 to 20 degrees Celsius. That is, they'll do well in temperatures between 12 to 20 degrees Celsius. And temperatures above 27 degrees Celsius can cause bolting. So take care. They do well between 12 to 20 centimeters. Once it gets to 27 degrees Celsius, the temperature will definitely cause bolting. To the air circulation, good air circulation is important to prevent fungal diseases and promote healthy growth. Please, air circulation is the most important thing when you will be growing your lettuce, because if you planted your lettuce in a soil that does not have air circulation, it means your lettuce will be affected by fungal diseases, and they will not grow healthy. Soil that you need to consider when you plan to grow lettuce. Lettuce do well in well-drained soil. This is because well-drained soil prevent root rot. They also do well in soil that is rich in organic matter. Enriching the soil with compost or the organic matter provides nutrients and improves water holding capacity. Once the water holding capacity is improved, it means the soil will be well drained and you will not experience root rot. The pH, lettuce prefer a soil pH that is between 5 to 7. That's why I told you at the beginning of this farming series, know your soil pH so that you can know the corrective measure that you will take depending on which type of crop that you want to grow, or which crops will favor the soil pH in your farm. To the next part, it's the watering part. Consistent moisture. Lettuce need consistently moist soil, but avoid overwatering, which can lead to root problems, e.g. root rot. Do not overwater your lettuce, but always ensure that your soil is moist. You can water from top or use a drip irrigation system. You either water from the top or use drip irrigation system or drip irrigation method. To the pest and diseases control, the first pest that is likely to affect or to invest in your lettuce is snails and slugs. Therefore, what can you do to prevent snails and slugs? Use barriers or hand picking or traps to control them. You use barriers, hand picking, or traps to control them. For the diseases, this is what you need to do. Good air circulation, proper watering, and disease-resistant varieties can help prevent fungal diseases. Those are the corrective measures that you need to take so that you can avoid the diseases. Another consideration that you need to observe are like the fertilizer. Lettuce is a heavy feeder, so you need to fertilize with a balanced fertilizer, especially in soil if the soil is poor. If your soil is poor, please ensure that you fertilize your soil with a balanced fertilizer, and do not under-fertilize because lettuce require a lot of fertilizer for their effective growth. Seed selection. Choose lettuce variety that are well suited in your climate and growing conditions. Look at different growing conditions of lettuce and select according to the climate that you are experiencing in your farm. Mulch. Apply a layer of mulch around the plants. This will help retain the moisture and suppress weeds and regular soil temperatures. It will regulate the temperatures, it will regulate the water loss levels, and it will also suppress weeds. So you can consider doing mulching. Now, to the next part, I want us to look at how to grow lettuce. How to grow lettuce or how to plant lettuce. How to plant lettuce. If you choose to do direct sowing, sow seeds directly into prepared soil in spring or fall. You prepare your soil and then you'll grow your lettuce during the spring or fall season. Starting indoors, if you will not do direct sowing, if you'll be starting indoors, start seed indoors about 10 weeks before the last expected frost. That is now when you should start planting your lettuce indoors. Planting depth, this is what you need to consider. Plant seed a quarter to a half-inch deep. For the spacing, you space plants 9 to 12 inches apart. And for the seed germination, lettuce seeds need light to germinate, so do not cover them deeply. Do not cover them too deeply because they require light to germinate. If you're doing it indoors, make sure where the place where you will plant your lettuce receive some light. If you're planting outdoors, if you're doing direct planting, please do not cover too much with soil. For the harvesting part, this is what you need to know. Harvest baby greens when leaves are 3 to 4 inches tall. That is when you can harvest the baby leaves. For the mature heads, you can harvest when you realize they are full in size. That is when you harvest the mature heads. You can also harvest outer leaves while the inner leaves continue to grow for continuous supply. If you require continuous supply, harvest the outer leaves and allow the inner leaves to continue growing. Regrowing romaine, this is what you need to know about that. Cut the romaine about 2 inches from the bottom and place the base in a cup of water. After you place the base in a cup of water, keep the water fresh and change it every few days. You can see new shoots growing in a few days. After you do that, you will be able to see the new shoots growing after a few days. Once the new leaves are large enough, you can harvest and use them in salads. That is what you need to know. Other tips that I can give you for successful planting: plant seeds every 2 to 3 weeks to ensure a continuous harvest throughout the season. This is for the people that want to have a continuous harvest. You ensure that you plant lettuce seeds 2 to 3 weeks to ensure a continuous harvest. You can also consider doing container gardening. This is whereby romaine lettuce is also a good option for container gardening. It will really help you, most especially if you don't have a big farm and you want to do lettuce farming. You can consider doing container gardening. That's the end of our vlog. Hope you've learned something. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, share, hit that notification bell so that each and every time I'll be uploading, you will be notified. Bye bye.